The next feature I want to show you is the Subflow Explorer. What's the Subflow Explorer? It gives you into one specific subflow more insights into different KPIs. You can see how are different applications, touchpoints, countries comparing against each other. You can group it, and it's very insightful to see how your login or your authentication program performs. So let's go into it. Subflow here under Analytics. There are different subflows you can choose. For instance, passkey login, password login, social logins. So quite whatever you have defined and you have tagged. So let's stick to the passkey login. You can further filter that by only looking into, let's say, the web app login or native logins if you have those set up. There might be different touch points again. In e-commerce, again, there might be something where you log within the checkout flow, or maybe you go into the top right and just log in there regularly into the account section. Maybe you have also some countries where you want to look at. So by the way, that's a custom dimension that can also be like a certain user group or type of users. And then you can also group that, of course, if you want to get some more detailed by, let's say, the touch point or the application. So let's go into it. Overall, what do we see here? So for this certain defined time period, we do have a certain number of attempts. In this case, the passkey login attempts. You would see the completion rate, error rate. Then you would also get some information how long the login process takes here for the median or for the 90th percentile. Then there might be a certain spec type. So in case here it's for passkeys where the identifier is provided. That means the user typed in usually their email address or username, then clicks on login, and then you can see how that works. You would get an absolute volume number. So how has this changed over time? So here, nothing irregular. There were like around about 50 subflows per day. And then you can see how these outcomes were. These are quite technical, so you can give them also labels to make it a bit more understandable. In the end, you can basically see, hey, is it incomplete, or was there an error, or is there something which is odd? A good indication is if one of those columns here jumps pretty much from one day to the other. So from here, 21st to 22nd, it's quite odd. I mean, it's still in the single digits, so it's not too much to worry about in a demo data set, but it's a good indication to see, hey, maybe there's something off with my login. You can see the completion rate. So how has the completion rate moved over time? You would see the error rate, also the duration. So what's basically the things, how long did it take, and the interaction time. So between like the first interaction that a user did and then like the final login and the final completion, how much time actually passed ever since. So that's something you can really work on. Again, as Corbado Observe does not only work for passkeys, you can also use it for passwords. Here you see numbers might be a bit worse compared to passkeys. It's in general our observation as well. Here the error rate is quite low, and then you can see the duration of the whole password login. So as you see, depending on the login method, here also with social logins, things might change slightly, but on overall in general, it's quite similar. Filter by it, look into the data and see what's going on. Again, here you can set up thresholds. Let's say the error rate goes above 22%, and then you want to get immediately notified. That's possible as well. Same goes for any other of those KPIs. So Subflow Explorer, quite interesting to see how different methods actually work and what kind of subflows you have, what the KPIs are. Also, if you need to report on these, it's very helpful to look into here.